Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. LeBron James is already back at it again with his antics. And first we got the news that he wasn't going to be participating in the first day of training camp. Then we heard he was going to miss the entire preseason. Then subsequently we heard that he was going to be missing the first 3 to 4 weeks of the regular season. And then people out there started making content reacting to it. One of the people was Skip Bayless, who said that he believes that LeBron's body isn't injured as his pride, right? And he doesn't like the fact that the Lakers didn't give him a contract extension. So therefore, if you're not fully bought in on me, I'm not going to be fully bought in on you. And therefore, I'm just going to mail it in and just kind of take it as things goes as the season starts. Even some of his fans have admitted as much, posting that if you're not going to be invested in me and you feel like Luke and these guys are the right way to do it, then let them carry the team, right? So even some of his fans secretly believe that. So what happened? We're just kind of watching YouTube here, and I came across a video from Too Raw for TV. And apparently he came across some sound that took place yesterday on, I don't know what show it was, but it was Gilbert Arenas, his normal host, Josiah, Brandon Jennings, and Winnie the Pooh, Low. He was on there. So I don't know what they were talking about, right? I don't know what they were talking about, but Too Raw just essentially says that, look, even LeBron fans understand that this guy's allegedly faking his injury. Just to stick it to the Lakers organization. So I decided to click on the video and then hear what the guy said. Bro, let me tell y'all something, man. These LeBron James fans are absolutely diabolical. And you're going to understand what I'm saying when you listen to the sound. But my God, like, y'all got to knock it off with this nonsense. But like, there has to be a limit to this. So what I want to do now is I want to play exactly what was said. I want you guys to listen to Josiah here from Gil's Arena. And I want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to his comments here.
Josiah, as the resident LeBron,
this is
lover.
Glazer. You can say LeBron Glazer. It's fine. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with my glazing.
Yeah, he meat watches the LeBron.
Meat watcher.
Meat watcher.
I'm gonna say who has the most leverage right now is LeBron Raymond James, because simply he's a champion. What has Luka done in this league? How many championships has Luka won? What did Luka do for the Lakers last season? Got hurt, got fat. Out here eating at Popeyes, Roscoe's, all that stuff. So look, I love skinny Luka. I love Luzimpic. I love what he's going to bring to the table. But I think the Lakers are going to struggle in these first 10 to 12 games without LeBron there. They're going to see how much they miss him, how much they need him. And to be honest, I feel like that sciatica might be a little fugazi. Man had all summer to get right. He was out there on the golf course, 18-holing, fell in love, chasing the white ball. I think the sciatica is really just trying to play the Lakers' hand. You don't want to give me any you don't want to give me my break for everything I've done here. Brought a championship, brought the first ever in-season tournament championship to Los Angeles, brought pride back to the franchise, $10 billion valuation when Mark Walter purchased the team from Jeannie Buss. So I think for everything he's done for this Lakers organization, now here taking Backstreet Boys concerts, letting the team to drive Porsches and putting teammates in danger. No drive.
So you heard what he had to say. First of all, oh my God, what is the need for all of this twerking, bro? What is the need for all of this hollering and screaming and slapping each other with honey? Like, what is the purpose of all of it? Bro, what is going on? What? Chasing the balls? What? And why are LeBron fans why y'all proud to be saying this kind of, I don't understand. Why do y'all say it like it's funny? These are the only grown-ass men to be talking like, I don't see the humor. I guess it's like LeBron James fandom humor. Maybe they get it. I don't get it. What's up with all of these sus-ass comments? And y'all be proud of it. These are grown-ass men saying this stuff. What in the bloody hell is going on with you guys? Y'all got to knock it off. It ain't cute. It ain't funny. I don't understand why y'all be like, y'all comments be some weirdo stuff, man. Y'all be talking about LeBron like y'all trying to hit. Like, I'm confused with it. Now let's get to what he said about LeBron potentially faking his injury out there playing golf. Well, I didn't say he's faking his injury, but my question is, when did this injury occur? And you're suffering from glute issues and all of that, but you're swinging a golf club in the rain? How you play golf with this type of issues? How do you do it? I don't know. But Laker fans bought it. I mean, his LeBron fans bought it hook, line, and sinker. Well, not all of them, but some of them did. Let's address the other part of his comment. The value that LeBron and everything that he bought for the what are you talking about? You see, this is why you can't take a LeBron fan seriously. And I'm gonna send this video to Gil, and I'm gonna ask him to forward it to Josiah. I know I'm never gonna get invited on Gil's Arena because they're gonna jump me. They gonna jump me. The only people on it that's probably gonna defend me is probably gonna be Rashard. I don't know. Maybe Kenny Martin might throw in a kick too. I don't know. But he the only one probably. Maybe Gil, but Gil, I don't know. Gil be playing both sides of the fence with it. But I don't know. So I know y'all not going to invite me on there. It's cool. But I'm going to definitely send it to Gil to forward it to Josiah because them comments was diabolical, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Like we chasing the balls and all. I'm like, what's going on here? But anyway, all that he did for the Lakers, and what would that be? I'm confused. So hold up. They just sold the Lakers for $10 billion. You think that value was accumulated since LeBron got there? Okay, let's see. How was it done? They won a bubblicious championship. They made the playoffs the next year, got knocked out in round one. Then they missed the play-in tournament. Then they got knocked out in round one. And that all created what? The $10 billion in value? Are you even joking? Don't you know the value of a franchise increases exponentially by the number of championships that they win? They got 16 or 17. The guy was there for one of them. And you're talking about the value. The value of what? He turned the Lakers into an absolute clown show. What are you talking about? These guys are always trying to rewrite history. Well, you know, when LeBron got there, you know, what were the Lakers doing? LeBron got there, the Lakers were doing exactly what they did the year before. Missing the playoffs. Oh, y'all forgot. You're going to be a thunderstorm. Oh, you forgot that, huh? You forgot about the thunderstorm that we was all waiting for. Everybody ran outside with their umbrellas, waiting for the rains, the thunder to go by, and it was just a bunch of drizzle. And we all went back inside like, man, they out here faking. They faking the funk. You forgot all of that. When AD got to LA, then all of a sudden things turned around. But it ain't turned around for long. What? He turned the Lakers into a clown show. A clown show. You got court jesters running up and down the court, knocking over referees, throwing jars of honey at people on the first row, but you talking about he brought value to this. What are you talking? See, man, that's why we got to get these LeBron fans up out of here, bro. I don't believe this dude is a Laker fan. I believe he's a LeBron fan. And we sick of, you can't be a Laker fan and you still loving on this dude, bro. You can't be. You even hating on Luka, but he's a Laker fan. What Laker fan hates on Luka? I'm a Laker fan, but y'all giving all that love to Luka. Look at him, he mad. Like, yo, son, why you mad, son? Luka's for the team. Because it's not about the Lakers. It's about LeBron and the twerkation and the honey flickering. This is all it's for. Come on, man. Enough is enough with it. Gilbert Arenas is back at it again. He is back at it again, and I got to call out Gilbert Arenas because I got to do it. By the way, there was a clip yesterday I saw on Vlad TV with Gil. I forgot. I think I saved this clip. If you guys want to have a hell of a laugh, like a good old laugh, like when you're laughing like ha 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 ha, like one of those cantankerous, disgusting laughs. There was a video yesterday from from Vlad TV. I'm trying to get the title. Gilbert Arenas reacts to, no, I can't remember the damn video. But anyway, go watch some of the last uploads from Gil. It was hilarious. No, it was a video about Kwame Brown and all of that stuff. There was another part where they were talking about it and then the A-list celebrity. Just go watch that. It was hilarious. But anyway, Gil is back at it again. Okay. The Kobe fan, Gil. Gil is making headlines because of some comments that he made that are going viral. Well, not viral, but I came across him on Basketball Network this morning. And I want to read the headline. It says, "This looks like the bleep that Kobe was stuck with. Gilbert Arenas on what potential LeBron James retirement would do to the Lakers." It then goes on to say, and I want to read his quotes from Gilbert Arenas. It says here, but he said, here it goes. It says, "But whether he leaves right away or retires after the 2025-26 season, Arenas says his departure will put the Lakers in a spot where fans are pretty much familiar with. I see what we have. Okay, damn. Dalton Connect, him with Rui. I don't want to be effing stuck with them," he continued. "This looks like the bleep that Kobe was stuck with when he had that big head bleep named Socrates and Nick Young." Gil got to be joking. He got to be joking. What Kobe was stuck with is nothing like what LeBron James was stuck with. Okay. Let's look at that roster Kobe Bryant had in 2015, 2016. Kobe Bryant had Brandon Bass, Tariq Black, Anthony Brown, Jordan Clarkson, Roy Hibbert, Ryan Kelly, Larry Nance Jr., Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, Robert Sacre, Lou Williams, Metta World Peace, and Nick Young. That was Kobe Bryant's roster. Let me pull up the Lakers roster today, okay? And I want you guys to tell me if these two rosters sound the same. The current roster, and I don't know if this is fully updated. It's not. Let me see if I can actually pull up an updated one. Okay, we got an updated one. We're going to read one from the NBA website. They have Jared Vanderbilt, Nick Smith Jr., Dalton Connect, DeAndre Ayton, Gabe Vincent. Well, I'm going to throw in Bronny James because y'all think he's good. Christian Coloco, Jackson Hayes, Jake LaRavia, Maxi Kleber, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart, and Luka Doncic. Can you please tell me the all-star caliber players Kobe was playing with on that team? No, it wasn't D'Lo. Nor was it Julius Randle. Can you tell me the all-first NBA team player Kobe Bryant was playing with? Can you tell me? Saying that this roster is similar to what Kobe was playing with is laughable. It's laughable. Saying Kobe played with the same roster that LeBron is playing with is tantamount to saying Kobe was playing with a player that was like Kevin Durant or something. Or like a Paul George. And Luka's better than Paul George. Why we got a cap for LeBron, man? Like why what's the need for this, man? Why can't we just give LeBron his credit for what he did? Why we gotta just like lie? Why we gotta lie? I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say, bro. You know LeBron didn't make it to the playoffs the first year he got there. Do you know why? Because he was playing with Kobe's teammates. Yeah. LeBron didn't make the playoffs the first year he got there because he was playing with Kobe Bryant's teammates. Yeah. Then he got a chance to play with AD. Who was Kobe playing with AD? When was Kobe playing with AD? AD was even better than Pau Gasol. What are we talking about here? AD is a better player than Pau Gasol. Anthony Davis. It's not even a debate. Who are these players? LeBron played with Russell Westbrook. He played with AD. He's playing with Luka Doncic. Who are we kidding here? It's not like the same thing. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, LeBron is just stuck there and he has nothing else to do. If this team is not a good team, then I think we need to start coming to the realization that LeBron is not as good as you guys are saying he is. Because if you're telling me that this team isn't good enough to compete, what does Anthony Edwards have in Minnesota? What does the Joker have in Denver? Joker's not even playing with an all-star, for God's sakes. He's not. He's not even playing with an all-star, for goodness sake. So how is he able to play as well as he is doing? Ant-Man is playing with Rudy Gobert, who everybody trashes every single year that he's stealing money, blah, 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 blah. So how are they doing it? And then you got LeBron playing with Luka Doncic? And you want to compare that to what Kobe was playing with? Really? We got to knock it off, man. This is what happens when you run your mouth and you talk that big talk and you don't back it up, right? So what happened? As you guys know, Stephen A. Smith has one of the biggest mouths in all of sports media. He's always talking about put the camera on me and this and this and this. You know, I'm going to show up and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Kevin Durant don't want to make an enemy out of me. And he be going to cast like Kyrie Irving and dissing dudes like Kwame Brown. And just ready. He always ready to holler and scream over some nonsense, right? And people have been calling him out for something over the years, which is this. You always have this energy for black athletes. When it comes to white athletes, you never have that same fervor. Now, That's true, but I've also heard times when Stephen A. Smith has went at some white athletes. One in particular he used to go at years ago was a football player, a quarterback. I forgot his name. I think is it Jay Cutler? There was a guy that he used to make fun of. I forgot the guy's name. It may have been Jay Cutler. Those bits were pretty hilarious. But anyway, Stephen A. Smith had made some comments not too long ago about Serena Williams' performance and not performance, her being a part of Kendrick Lamar's performance in the Super Bowl halftime show, right? And she was doing her thing, blah 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 blah. So he went out there and made some comments like, "Yo, if that's my girl or wife or whatever it is, I want to be feeling that," and I agree with him. So he made those comments. So what happened? Her husband went on ESPN First Take the other day. He goes on there and he basically gets at Stephen A. Smith in a very smooth, cool, calm, and collected way. But he's like, yo, knock it off. Knock it off. And Stephen A. Smith had nothing to say. There was no put the camera on me. I'm going to do this. I would have swung on him. None of that. He just acted like as if he ain't even hear what the dude said. So people then went on the internet and started flaming him. Flaming him up. Oh, why don't you keep the energy? Steven Jackson and all of them started calling him out. So what happened? Stephen A. Smith heard what people were saying, and he decided to put out essentially a video explaining why he didn't go at this gentleman the way he does with everybody else. For those of you who didn't hear his comments, take a listen to Stephen A. Smith here, and I'm going to come back and continue on. Take a listen in here.
Serena Williams, she is married to billionaire Alexis Ohanian. And he came on First Take today to promote some new event that he's got going on with Atheos and all of that. And, people are talking about how he came at me, and took a sly dig, because of what I said and, when Serena Williams was on stage performing at the Super Bowl. I've never met this man. I wish I was in studio today, but I'm not. I have a speaking engagement, so I'm out of town. That's why I was not there today. It would have been nice to meet him. I don't know the man. I have nothing against him whatsoever. I don't recall saying a negative word about him. It's just that when Super Bowl Sunday took place, when Kendrick Lamar was performing, Serena Williams came on stage, dancing to all of that. And according to the reports and stuff like that, she's the ex of Drake. Essentially, what I said was, why that energy for an ex? If, that was my wife, I don't want to see that. And so because of that, that's what he was alluding to. I'm glad that it didn't escalate or anything like that. He is her husband. He loves her dearly. They have 2 wonderful children together. And I have absolutely no issue with him whatsoever wanting to address that situation with me. Because that's her husband. And I certainly meant no disrespect towards him at all. I was just saying that men, knowing us as men, if we're married and our wife is showing energy towards anybody else, even in a negative way, we're asking ourselves, if you're happy, why show that energy? That's it. But that's all it was. But I wasn't going to get into it on national television. I'm a professional. Now, if it had escalated and he wanted to get into it more, we'd kept the cameras rolling. I'd have said fine. But he was sitting there saying, you wasn't married, right? So, you giving marital advice. That's how he framed it. And he says, I give advice about building companies because that's what I do, essentially implying that I'm not married. So who am I to say something like that? I'm saying paraphrasing. I think that's a fair comment on his part. I don't have to agree with it. But I took no offense to it, and if I had been in studio and that was something that he wanted to broach, I would have reiterated what I said, maybe in a more respectable manner than my initial reaction after Super Bowl Sunday when I was just having fun. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that I respect him. That's her husband. That's his wife. And evidently, he didn't like what I said. I respect it, and I wish him and his wonderful wife, who I think is the GOAT.
Fantastic. So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this? It's not working. It's not working. People are seeing through this, man. Because we all know how Stephen A. Smith behaves when he's getting at people he's not feeling. put the camera on me. I'm this and this and this. Why you ain't keep that same energy for that dude, bro? Why you ain't keep it for him? You talking about you would have swung on LeBron if LeBron hit you and that, bro, knock it. Nobody believe none of that, man. We're all talking sports here. This is not a tough guy industry. We're talking sports. I'm not a tough guy. Right now, I defend myself, but I'm not a tough guy. We're just talking sports. So what's the need for all of this? Oh, I'm putting on my thug mode and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Then when you have an opportunity to stand up to somebody who was basically calling you out for the positions that you had, you didn't. You ran. And the thing is, what you said, a lot of people agree with you. A lot of people disagree, but there's some people that agree with you. All you had to do was say, respectfully, I still hold my position to be true. Simple. What would have happened? You didn't have to make it into a big thing and all of this and all that, but you could have held your position down. But because you refused to, now people are looking at you like you're wishy-washy. You're going to be tough this day, you're going to be weak the other day. And this is what's happening. People are calling you out. Is Stephen A. Smith having a rough week, man? Ever since that 100 million or that whatever it was, Sirius XM radio deal, son's been having a lot of headaches. That's why I keep telling people, money is good, but money ain't everything. Money is good, but money ain't everything. What's more important than money is peace of mind. You can have all the money in the world if you like, but if you don't have peace of mind, it is useless. It's useless. It's useless. And that's why every morning you wake up, your manifesto should not be how much money am I going to make for my boss and how much am I make for myself. What if you just start off and saying, what if I just wake up in the morning and try to think of how I could be a better person? Let's start there. Instead of what can I do to make myself happy? Instead of waking up and my first thought is, what am I going to do to make my boss's money? I guarantee your first thought that your boss has when he wakes up is not you. It ain't you, buddy. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to let y'all ponder on that. So yesterday, we did a show where we're reacting to some backlash towards Stephen A. Smith for the things he was saying about Jasmine Crockett. And yesterday she posted some images on her Instagram account of people responding to Stephen A. Smith. Now, some people say, "Oh, she didn't say it directly." If I post something that says, there are a lot of crazy people in Kansas or whatever because they've been calling me, and I post something to people saying that, I'm expressing a sentiment. Like, I don't have to say it myself. I'm supporting that message directed at these people. So you don't need to be explicit all the time, right? You can be subtle. And I think these were like subtle shots at Stephen A. Smith. And I think the vast majority of people that saw that show were able to understand that rather quickly. But anyway, we did a show about that. We reacted to some things that Willie D said and a few others. And I knew that Stephen A. Smith was going to respond to this because in the midst of all of this, we must never forget that Stephen A. Smith likes attention. I'm not a LeBron fan at all. Not. But he did say something about Stephen A. Smith, which was the minute LeBron went at him, he's going to be sitting there and his tighty whitey's getting ready to go. Like, it's true. Stephen A. Smith is always looking for somebody to diss him so he can now go at them. Don't be confused by it. He loves that. He loves being the center of attention. So last night, he decided to publish a show on his channel, Stephen A. Smith, the Stephen A. Smith Show, but the name of the show instead is called People Are Upset at My Jasmine Crockett Comments, ? Responding. Okay, the show is called The Straight Shooter with Stephen A. Smith. So at first, I decided, you know what? I don't have the strength to watch this right now because I wasn't ready to endure all of this nonsense. But eventually this morning I woke up and I said, okay, well, since we're going to talk about it today, I might as well delve into what he had to say. It was a 41-minute segment and I started to watch it. And Stephen A. Smith decided that it was the right time to start firing back at critics like Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, Willie D, and others. So for those of you who didn't hear what he had to say, I want to play it for you now. I want you guys to sit down, get your popcorn, and get ready because this is going to be a long show. Take a listen to him here.
Talking a whole lot of stuff about me because they did not like what I had to say about Representative Jasmine Crockett. She is a Democrat out of Texas, Texas's 30th congressional district. Her work, and her verbiage and all of that stuff speaks for itself. and she has become, a big-time public figure in essence, not just as a representative, but speaking out on a plethora of issues involving the current administration and the White House, et cetera, et cetera. And I made some noise last week because I had the temerity, the unmitigated gall, to say this about Representative Crockett when talking about the state of our politics in the midst of a government shutdown, by the way, that has unfolded since October 1st. And all the verbiage and all the nonsense that I've heard over the last few days is why it can get exhausting. Because nothing frustrates me more than when people have the truth at their disposal and they choose, maybe not lie, maybe not even embellish, but allow their emotions to usurp facts, and all of a sudden want to use that as an excuse to label me as being something and doing something I'm neither not nor have I done, which in this case is disrespecting Representative Crockett out of Texas, who, by the way, has had an invite to this show for weeks, by the way. Governors Josh Shapiro and Spencer Cox came on this show. Senator Lindsey Graham came on this show. Joe Manchin, now retired, came on this show. Bill O'Reilly, Bill Maher came on this show, okay? And more are coming. And she has an invite, and AOC has an invite. Hakeem Jeffries, Democratic House Leader, he just was on this show. I've invited Jasmine Crockett. I have nothing but respect for her. I just disagree on what she's making headlines for because I think it's counterproductive to the ultimate goal. But yet, here we are, and the word disrespect comes in, and people try to engage with words, like disrespect and implying misogyny and all of this other nonsense. Stop it. Stop it. Can we be grown-ups and deal with what the real issue is involving what I said? Willie D, Roland Martin, Bakari Sellers, and Angela Rye, who I have profound respect for. I mean, the list goes on and on with all of these people. I don't have their names in front of me to my producer that texted to me. I don't have my phone on me right now. So I apologize for not having those names in front of me. But I'm what are we talking about? How's it disrespectful to say what I said? Could you just disagree? Could we just say, yo, Stephen A., I disagree with you. Here's why. We got Willie D. Put up that quote, please. He's putting out quotes or text or tweets about me. Let's see that again. Stephen A. Smith taking shots at Jasmine Crockett ain't just messy, it's weak. Dude is sitting on one of the biggest mics in America, and instead of using it to uplift, he's tearing down a black woman who's out here putting in real work. That ain't critique, that's betrayal. Jasmine Crockett ain't the problem. She's the kind of woman who walks into rooms full of snakes and makes the snakes flinch. Meanwhile, Stephen's showing what happens when the paycheck gets louder than the principal. That sucker straight up, end quote. Wow, Willie D. You sure are uplifting. I mean, I got to be touched. That was inspirational. Really, that really, really was. That was inspirational. I'm doing sucker. That's what you call inspirational? That's what you call uplifting? Really? Now, I haven't heard everything that Roland Martin said, D.L. Hughley had to say, and all the other names that I mentioned, but I'm sure it's along the same lines. Nothing but respect. First of all, I'm going to be very, very careful about anything that I say about Roland Martin because he's a friend. I'm going to be careful about anything that I say about D.L. Hughley because I have respect for that man. We've spoken a few months ago. I got nothing but love for him. I am concerned about him not making people laugh and smile as much anymore as he used to because he's more of an activist now than a comedian, but that's a choice and that's his right, and nothing but love for him and respect. And anybody else too. My issue with Bakari Sellers is how he talked about me without ever speaking out or reaching out because you don't like a position that I took before or whatever, but you want to come on and sell your book after. See, I don't play that nonsense. I don't like that. Disagree with what I said. Say why without all the other nonsense. Got nothing but respect. Willie D got over 1 million subscribers. Man, props to you. Doing your thing. Wishing you nothing but the best. Not getting into all that nonsense. What's her reputation? Crockett's performance in the House, according to research, and her success in delivering wins for her district is quote unquote mixed. She's active, ambitious, and visible, exceptional when it comes to fundraising. But many of her major efforts are still works in progress, bills stuck in committees, introduced but have stalled, etc., according to Congress.gov. I'm just reading. She faced similar difficulties as a state rep. The Texas legislature's sole black freshman had big plans for her first session. She ended up mostly playing defense, according to them. And what the implication was is that while she's great at fundraising, the challenge for her was cultivating relationships in Congress. And what does that mean? Potentially going across the aisle when you don't want to. Potentially going across the aisle, okay, when it might be in the best interest of the 750,000 constituents you represent. We know you're a Democrat. We know how disgusting and vile you find the president to be. You've told us on more than one occasion. What I was saying was, where's that going to get you when you're so willing and so apt to verbalize it the way that you choose to verbalize it? How is that going to be productive to your constituents? You have every right to feel the way that you feel about him. You have every right to do everything that you can to vote him out of office, or in his case, the people that are under him, the J.D. Vances of the world, a Marco Rubio of the world, a Pam Bondi, a Kash Patel, and others. You have every right. You should be doing everything you can to win the midterm. But what I'm saying is, where is her rhetoric going to get her and the people she represents in the 30th Congressional District in Texas? What am I talking about? To my producers, could y'all play the clip when she's talking about the president as an enemy of the United States? Could you play that, please?
Your reaction to his appointment?
He needs to go. I mean, this is very simple. We right now have a white supremacist that is sitting in the White House. He is backed up by other white supremacists. And if you really want to know who the criminals are in this country, you can Google it. You don't have to trust me. But the people that commit 80% of the most violent crimes in this country are white supremacists. Yet for whatever reason, they sit and they serve at the pleasure of the president. They are the ones that were there on January 6th, tearing our democracy down physically. And now we have them tearing us down right here from within.
Play clip number 2, please. A full-fledged criminal. Play that, please.
Not our democracy. Well, he did say he'd be a dictator on day one. Oh, Democrats, you know, it's just Trump. He just talks. Well, let me tell you something. He is doing more than talking. We talked about Project 2025. We talked about the consolidation of power. We talked about how he wanted to be a king. We talked about in a democratic republic, that is not what it is. We have some sort of checks and balances, and he is doing everything that he can to get rid of those checks and balances. The DOJ and the people that he's going after were simply doing their jobs. The problem is that Americans thought that it was okay to take a full-fledged criminal and make him the president of the United States, and then they want to act aghast when he does criminal things. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States, and if we don't wake up, we may not have a United States, because right now he has only been successful in being a divider in chief.
So you care about facts, meaning the Democrats and the Republicans don't. Okay. That's another clip. And by the way, full-fledged criminal and thug. Those were words. How about this one, where she called the president a piece of Play it.
Because the Supreme Court has paved the way for half the stuff that we see that's going on. Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of Hey, we know that. Yes, yes. He is. He is. He is.
Donald Trump is a piece of she said. That's the third one. There's another one here where she's talking about how the GOP doesn't care about facts, but the Democrats do. You just heard that. There was also another one where she called them again a white supremacist. But it didn't just stop there. She went to her own governor of the state of Texas, who's in a wheelchair, by the way. Keep that in mind. And listen to what she said about him.
We in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey. So yes.
Governor Hot Wheels. And the only thing that is hot about him is that he's a hot ass mess. And that's going to serve 750,000 constituency in the 30th District of Texas. That is what I was saying. Never mind what she feels. Never mind whatever level of justification you may have towards feeling the way that you feel. When you're in her position, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's what I was saying. What I was saying was this educated, brilliant black woman representing over 750,000 people is engaging in verbiage and rhetoric for the streets.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. As I was listening to him, I was unaware that not only was he going to respond to his critics, he was now going to outline the reasons why he said what he said. And I think that's good because now it has given people like myself the proper context to respond to all of it. Let me just say this. Stephen A. Smith is playing games here. He's still playing games. But the problem is he doesn't realize that people are seeing through it. People are looking past the serious face, to put the camera on me. People are looking straight through that. And smart people are able to discern rather quickly that this guy's playing games, right? He's playing games. People are simply saying the following. You are refusing to address the real issue, which is what? What created or who created the political environment of mudslinging? This is the part he doesn't want to address. He's dancing around the issue. He's saying Jasmine Crockett is this, she's belligerent, she's rude, she's this, she's this, she's this, she's this. Why is she behaving like this? Why is she talking like this? But refusing to acknowledge the genesis of all of this. Where did all of this start? He will never say that. Therefore, people will continue to call him out because he's playing a game. The fact of the matter is this. Decorum, politeness is gone in American politics. It is one big jungle right now. It's one big jungle. There is no more niceties. There is no more decorum. There is no more, let me be respect. It's gone. Why? Because they tried that and it didn't work. The president came in like a gangbuster. Did you watch any of the general election debates? Did you see how the president was talking? It was jarring to a lot of people because they had never seen anyone speak that way on a political stage like that. Then it became popular, and then people started to say, wow, they like him for his brashness, his authenticity. He's enough. Who don't know that? Stephen A. Smith knows this. Hence, one of the reasons why he said he doesn't like he didn't vote for Donald Trump. These are his words. These are his words as to why he refused to vote for Donald Trump, because he doesn't like the way that he does things. He feels like he's belligerent, he's rude. So the part that's killing me is that you're chastising Jasmine Crockett, calling her for this comment talk for the streets and all of this stuff. But you're refusing to call out the president because in your mind, he's saying, look, might makes right. Just because he's the president, he gets to do that. But you're not the president, so therefore fall in line. That's what he's saying. Can you imagine if your ancestors had that line of thinking? Can you imagine if your ancestors had that line of thinking? Can you imagine? America would still be under British rule if they followed your line of thinking. They would be. He just saying, lay down and just be quiet. And the part that people are getting pissed off is that you're only focusing on her. I don't like the way Jasmine Crockett speaks because I don't speak like that in general. But at least be honest about where it started and the fact that she's not the only one that's doing it. Say the whole picture, but you refuse to say that. Why is that? The reason Stephen A. Smith is refusing to talk about this subject in a robust way is because he doesn't want to alienate his audience. Why? Because Stephen A. Smith has spent the last 9-10 months grifting. So Stephen A. Smith has been grifting to the point where he built a conservative fan base. So now he's afraid to call things down the line because he fashions himself as an independent. He's the only independent that I've heard that has continuous conservative talking points. What kind of independent is that? All right? He knows if he does that, he's going to lose his audience. He's going to lose his audience. And people are calling you out on your nonsense. Why? Because we have a history of you talking about things. We have a history. We didn't just discover Stephen A. Smith this year. We can go back 10 years. What happened to us? A black man, I'm fighting for the black man, and the way we going to do that, you done lost that rhetoric. You got that 100 million and change colors. You done forgot. You done forgot. You have forgotten. And this is why people are calling you out. Why is she in an opposition? She's meant to be an opposition figure if she's meant to get what her constituents, which are, I think 750,000 voters, want. How do you think it works? And he seems to be confused about this thing. The president is the one that reaches across party lines. My brother, he's the one. Who don't know this? Who don't know this? But he's pretending he doesn't know this. And the reason he's doing that is because he doesn't want to alienate his fan base. This is what happens when you grift. When you grift, you find yourself in situations like this. This is the problem. But if you're truly being authentic to who you are, then you can stand firm in your positions and say no. But what makes it even worse is that Stephen A. Smith is saying he's an independent. That's what makes it even worse, because as an independent, you have no issue calling out both sides. That's what independents do. That's literally what the independent does. I'm not siding with the Democrats, nor am I siding with the Republicans. I'm going to call it down the middle. And he's not doing that. I said it yesterday, and I'm going to reiterate my sentiments that I said before. The only reason Stephen A. Smith is doing what he's doing is because, number one, Republicans are the only ones platforming him. They're the only ones. And the reason they're platforming him is to use him. Period. No Republican anywhere is voting for Stephen A. Smith in a general. None of them. None of them are going to vote for him. None of them are going to vote for him. But what they see him as someone that can cause disruption, go out there, fracture the Democratic Party a little bit more, steal some votes, and then he'll do his job and outlive his usefulness. That's all. And he doesn't seem to get that. He believes when he sits down and speaks with Sean Hannity and all of these guys, Chris Cuomo, they actually take him seriously. He believes that. He believes that. What in their history would make them think they take somebody like you seriously? What in their voting history would prove that to you? But you're the one that they're going to change minds. They're going to vote for you. Donald Trump said he likes Stephen A. Smith to say, "Attaboy, keep doing a good job for me, boy. Attaboy. Attaboy." That's what's happening. Keep doing a good job for me. And what is going to happen, as I've said before, I'm going to say it again. There will be a shift. There's always a shift. Things are cyclical. And when things swing back to the other side, you get ready and watch. Stephen A. Smith is going to try to monkey bar his way back. But by that time, people are going to be waiting for him. And they're going to say, no, bro, turn around and go back over there. Go back over there. You don't get to say, well, I was an independent. I was just calling out the Democrats. No. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And that's exactly what is happening. Let me close with this. This Jasmine Crockett thing is not going to end well for Stephen A. Smith if he continues. It's not. Your 100 million ain't going to save you. It's not going to save you. You are going against millions and millions of people that don't like what you're doing. Literally. The conservatives ain't coming to help you because they're not with you at all. They would never vote for you for anything. And you're alienating yourself from a lot of people. A lot. And the part that gets me is I don't even know why he's doing this. It's not like as if Stephen A. Smith is one of these grifters on the internet that's looking for a way to make money. So they go up there and they grift. This guy is a multi-millionaire over and over and over and over. So why you're subjugating yourself to this humiliation, I don't know. I don't know. They were being reluctant to Vivek Ramaswamy for the governorship, and he's more qualified than you. And they were giving him a hard time. But it's you. They're going to say, oh, come on in, Stephen A. Smith. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Jasmine Crockett is mirroring the environment that she is in. We are in the wild, wild west. Everybody is acting a damn fool in politics. Every single body. You're pulling up sound bites of Jasmine Crockett saying that, pull up sound bites from the president. You won't do it. You won't do it because you know you will lose your base. So therefore, you're not an independent. You're grifting to the right. Pull up the sound. You're going to act like you don't know that, but the out is, oh, well, he's the president. He gets to do that. Really? Really? So you can't say, oh, I don't like this behavior from the president. This is wrong. We shouldn't be speaking. You can't say that. You can't say that. He just basically telling everybody to stick their head in the sand and going about their business. But this is the guy that's going to run for office? It's not working out the way he thought. All of that straight face, it's not working because there are a lot of smart people evaluating this situation and they're seeing through the nonsense. It's best you just leave it alone.